Forever. Dog.
When your first choice is a big old bus,
You turn around and boom, you end up with a sloppy seconds. Oh, diva. Our number is 213-536-9180. Our email is sloppysecondspod@gmail.com. Now on with the show. Are you ready for some sloppy seconds, you stupid little fucks, you nasty little fucks, you dirty little fucks, you fucking fucks? I'm Big Dipper and that's Meatball, and welcome back to Sloppy Seconds with Big Dipper and Meatball.
you sound like the Micro Machines man.
I am doing my best Trisha Paytas impersonation
Oh,
because
very
did you
good,
know
very
that she
good.
is a speed reader?
I do, because initially she got her world-renowned fame by going on talk shows, and she was on the Ellen Show and speed read.
She was on Jerry Springer. She's been on everything.
So she's had what you would call a thirst for fame since the very beginning.
It's funny because she's one of those people that like is great TV, but is not talented. Like there's no like acting role for this person.
So you follow closely in her. I mean, you've studied her career closely because you
Yeah,
think, hey, that's for me.
Because one, and I'm trying to be her best friend. Number two, you know what I mean?
Oh my god, I feel like y'all would get along.
Actually, every time I like post something about her, I have like at least 20 people message me being like, "She's problematic. Don't follow her. We don't like you because you stan her."
Remember when she came out as trans, but it was like one
Remember
day,
when
and
she
then
came out as Jewish
or schizophrenic? She did all of those things.
or a speed reader?
What's the fact? Is there something we both have in front of us that we could both read really fast?
I don't want to read our outline. You read
We've
that.
received your application to renew your vehicle registration. However, it is impossible for you to do this. Sticker and registration card cannot be issued at this time until you have this outstanding. Oh, this is my smog check. It's a smog check, guys.
It's a
My
smog
Prius
check, honey.
needs a smog check.
None of this is in English. I don't know if you can see that.
Well,
Okay.
I feel like the deal with speed reading is you just skip words and take deep breaths, and it's very performative.
I just remember when she did it on the show. We could play an audio clip of it now, but
Because it's like
it just sounded like a bunch of mouth noise.
yeah, completely. Well, listen.
Speaking of mouth noises, I'm very excited for our guest, who we will have after the break.
Be right back. We all have days when we want to eat well, but just don't have the time or the energy to plan, shop, and cook.
That's exactly where Factor comes in. They deliver fully prepared meals designed by dietitians and crafted by chefs right to your door.
With Factor, you can stay on track with your nutrition goals, whether that's high protein, balanced meals, or overall wellness, without any extra effort.
The meals are fresh, never frozen, and ready in just 2 minutes, which makes it easy to fit into your routine.
You know, I love coming home after a long day and having a tasty and filling Factor meal. It's waiting for me, and I don't have to worry about shopping. It's quick and easy, and one less thing I need to think about when I get home.
You know, I'm feral for fish right now, and I always get my fix with Factor. I recently had their scampi-styled shrimp and salmon, and let me tell you, it did not disappoint.
So get Factor today and start enjoying delicious and nutritious meals.
Head to factormeals.com/sloppyseconds50off and use code sloppyseconds50off to get 50% off and free daily greens per box with new subscription only, while supplies last until September 27th, 26. See website for more details.
That's factormeals.com/sloppyseconds50, like the number, off. Sloppy Seconds 50 off. Do you want to improve your sleep? Well, listen up and get a Helix.
Whether you sleep on your side, your back, your stomach, Helix makes premium mattresses that are designed to fit your specific sleep style.
You know, now that it's spring, why not upgrade your sleep game and get a Helix mattress?
And you know what?
What?
I can guarantee you that they have a mattress for you with over 20 different styles and models for you to sleep on. I love sleep. I can't get enough of it.
And I love my Helix mattress. So ever since I got the big and tall, I know we go on and on about it, but it's a perfect fit for me. I haven't had a mattress before that I was able to select a model from, and I'm so happy I got to do that with Helix.
And I, too, have the big and tall model, and it's perfect for my big and tall body. I loved it so much, I got a second one from a guest room.
True.
Yes, baby. And the people are sleeping great in there when they eventually do sleep in there.
Best of all, Helix delivers right right to your door with free shipping in the US, and you can get a 120-night sleep trial to make sure that it's right for you.
You also get peace of mind because Helix mattresses are backed by a limited lifetime warranty and have been recognized by experts at places like Forbes and Wired. And me. I am a sleep expert too.
Period. Go to helixsleep.com/sloppy to get up to 27% off site-wide during their Memorial Day sale.
That's helixsleep.com/sloppy, and make sure you enter sloppy seconds after checkout so that they know that we sent you.
helixsleep.com/sloppy.
Get yourself a Helix.
Okay, something about me. I love shopping. If you love shopping too, you have to check out Rakuten.
And all you have to do is shop, 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 shop. And with Rakuten, you get cash back and rewards on almost everything you buy.
Exactly.
Shop.
Homeware, daily essentials, jeans. We're talking eBay, CVS, and even Levi's.
Ooh, so I can buy a vintage couch, tons of paper towels, and grab a new pair of jeans and still get cash back.
And that's not all. You can even stack those rewards on top of sales and coupons.
But Big Dipper, how does this magic work?
Well, I'll tell you. Rakuten is paid by partner stores to send them shoppers, and then Rakuten passes on some of that money to you, the member.
Rakuten is so real for that.
Plus, Rakuten has 17 million members who are already saving. Don't you want to become one of them?
Join for free at Rakuten.com or download the Rakuten app and start saving money now.
That's Rakuten.com or download the Rakuten app today.
And now we're back. That was a pretty solid one.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
I'm really excited for today.
I'm very excited today, too, because it's something that I've been wanting to do for a long time.
Host a
which
podcast?
Is just have a podcast where we do nothing but talk about Wicked. And today our guest is a very funny person.
Yes.
They are a Wicked connoisseur. It's Tim Murray.
Hi, Tim. What's up, y'all? Thank you so much for having me. This is so much fun. Dipper, I know I've known you for a while. You were on my podcast. Meatball, I've been a fan of yours for a long time.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm so pleased to be here. And of course, every time I post anything Wicked related, at least 20 homos are like, Meatball, 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 Meatball.
Yep. Anytime anybody posts anything Wicked related, I get it. I have been sent that same meme of that family singing. Like, I posted it to my private Instagram, but I got it 20 messages in a day. And I was just scrolling through them being like, this is it. This is what I've done to myself.
I want to follow your private Instagram.
You do. It was on my close friends.
Oh,
side.
you do close friend. Okay.
I don't.
I'm
because people used to screenshot my private Instagram and
Your
share it,
Finsta
and so I had to stop doing that.
Wait, now, okay, so full disclosure, before we dive into the amazing, exciting, stunning, spoiler alert, Wicked content that we are going to deal with today.
Well, good to know, Tim.
We are today recording on Saturday, November 7th, which we all woke up to some sort of news alert on our phone saying that Joe Biden won the presidency.
It was
Ooh.
crazy.
It was it felt like a sigh of relief. Not that I didn't expect it to happen. And you know what? When this comes out, who knows what sort of bullshit, legislation or litigation will be going on and whatever. But it felt like one of those things where it's like, oh, okay, the right thing happened.
Yeah. And it felt like I knew it was going to happen, but I didn't want to have hope, and it happened.
Correct.
And it's still the same feeling because we still don't know. Like, they just announced it. And Trump is sneaky and sly, and he will try something.
Whatever you said, girl, your internet is always doing the clips and the clops.
Oh, it's because I'm not on the... Hold on.
Yeah, she's going to switch over. So we can talk for 5 uninterrupted seconds before she comes back.
Great. I bought champagne today at the deli down the street, and when I came back, my boyfriend said, "What are we celebrating?" And I said, "Idina Menzel's Tony win." And
So we are in a celebratory mood, and I love that. But that's a perfect transition. Let's just get into the Wicked chat. We normally do this in the second segment, but Tim has a mimosa, Idina Menzel has a Tony, and this is
Boozy Booch,
the musical that won't quit.
I
really
can't
won't.
get enough of it. Now, I guess to begin, I'd like to know, what was your first introduction to Wicked?
You know, Meatball, I've been on a lot of podcasts about this subject. No one has ever asked me that.
What?
I swear, I was at Best Buy. Y'all remember going, like, when you had to buy CDs? Because I think we're all of the generation, like, just
Olds.
before iPods, olds.
Right.
And
We
I
are
went,
olds.
I used to go to Best Buy and, like, window shop for music, like, there was only two places you could look for musical theater CDs in my hometown in Ohio, Sam Goody and Best Buy. And I went to Best Buy and looked at the musical theater rack, and I saw this, like, green girl, and it said The Wizard of Oz. And I was like, okay, that feels very up my alley. And I picked it up and I said, let me pop this in. Let me give this a try. And I think I was 16. And that was when I would, like, only blare it in my car when I was by myself.
Mhm.
And then I would roll up to school with all the straight boys and be like, are you guys listening to that new City High song? Or
Not
like,
City High!
what would you do if your son was at home crying all alone on the bedroom floor? Because he's
'Cause he's
hungry.
Any-
Well,
So
the only way to
that-
feed him is to sleep with a man for a little bit of money.
For a little bit of
Because
money.
his
His
daddy's gone.
Somewhere
Yeah.
You're smoking rock now? In and out of lockdown?
I ain't got a job now.
So for
Oh
you,
my
this is just a
goodness.
good time. But for me, this is
This is what I call life. Well, also, okay, so it was also how amazing that they wrote that hook with so many words in it, and it was a bop, and everyone knew all of those words.
Oh, every word at the time.
That song is a bop. I re-listened to it recently. It was like, this is a good song.
It's a bippity, boppity, bop.
Bop.
So it
So-
was the cover art that got you.
The
So you
cover
just-
art sucked me in, but also I had seen Ms. Kristen, the Green Witch, smiling, smirking. I'd seen Ms. Kristen Chenoweth on the Disney, like, TV version of The Music Man. And
Oh, I
so,
don't remember
do you remember that? She
No.
played Marion Peru opposite Matthew Broderick. Just-
I do remember this. I didn't realize it was her. Okay.
And I remember seeing her in that and being like, wow, this woman is a good singer. She kind of sounds like Nicole Kidman. Is what
Oh, from famed singing role Moulin Rouge? Is that what you
Literally.
were referencing? Okay.
Literally, that was, like, all I knew at the time of, like, movie musical singing. I was like, she's almost as good as Nicole Kidman.
Oh yeah, Kristen Chenoweth, she's got some potential.
She's almost there.
Yeah.
Wait, so had you seen a live musical yet?
Oh,
Before-
yes.
okay.
My whole mom's side of the family is from Long Island, and
Oh.
we live in Ohio. So every Thanksgiving we would go to Long Island, and then, like, every 3 or 4 years we would, like, take the train into New York City and see a Broadway musical. So I grew up, like, pretty gay. Yeah, pretty gay.
Pretty
Good.
When did you come out? I'm trying to reference when the coming out and Wicked met, maybe.
Right, because there is a lot of crossover in the emotional journey of coming out as a gay person and the plot line of Wicked.
Yes.
Oh, yes. They're very, very
So when
interrelated.
did you defy gravity? No, I'm just kidding.
When did I decide that it's the wizard who should be afraid of me? I
Wizard
would
meaning
say
buttholes. I'm just-
buttholes who should be afraid of me. I came out in after like I worked the crew for the musical theater show. I was in the freshman year of college, long story short. I didn't get cast in any of, like, the main stage theater shows. So I auditioned for the student run production of Rocky Horror, and I played Brad Majors. So I got fucked in the butt by the guy playing Frankenfurter,
God
who,
bless.
to bring it full circle, I thought was very hot at the time because he had a very beautiful singing voice, but is, say it with me now, a third-party voter.
No!
So that has recently been very traumatic for me, but at the time,
And so how did
was
you find
very-
out that information? Is he a proud third-party voter who likes to post about it on his social media?
Dipper, for the last 4 years. When I was posting about Hillary back in the day,
Right.
he would troll my statuses.
Oh no.
And say,
Yeah.
like, you really need to vote for George Jorgensen or whatever her name is?
George Jorgensen.
George-
Yeah.
Georgie.
George of the Jungle.
George to George
It's
to
Joe
George. Jungle to
Jorgensen.
jungle.
Joe
She gets the
Jorgensen.
1%.
And she, not she.
Of voters, not of money.
Not a, well,
She is the 1%.
The 1%.
1%.
Miss Joe Jorgensen. She's
Okay,
she's more of a Madame Morrible to me.
Jill Stein is an absolute Dr. Dillman. Don't even try.
Okay, so Frankenfurter was fucking you in the butt, and you were like, I like this.
Oh, I was loving it so much. And he was he's like one of the first bisexual people I ever met. So
No,
I was
one of the first ones ever.
famously one of the
I
first
mean,
bisexuals.
Got it?
And playing Frankenfurter, it was just felt very method to me. I was like, I love this. I feel like you want to fuck Janet and you want to fuck me. This is going
Right.
great. Meanwhile, I was on the crew for the like actual production that fall. I was spotlight for The World Goes Round. And I
don't
was
think I know
working
her.
Yeah, unfamiliar.
You don't need to know her. She's a Candor and Ebb review
Oh.
of just
Oh no.
Songs.
What
It's
year
not
was
that.
it? Who
Why
was
would a
programming your main stage at your college?
honey, the
It should
spring
always
musical.
be a production show. It should always be a story narrative production. Characters.
Always.
Sitting in the board meeting, it's like, I've got a radical idea. What if we did The World Goes Round?
There was a huge fight between the theater school and the music school, and then this was the music school's win. Was like, we're gonna have singers up there, and they're not telling no stories, motherfucker.
Wait, where did you
You know
go? to
what? I
school?
remember when I was in high school, and we would have one of the good choir kids come be the lead in the play in the musicals, just because we needed a singer. And they were always, I mean, nobody's acting was good, but it was always the stiffest, worst acting. And they're like, it's fine. We're just in high school. And I was like, you know that faggot over there can dance and sing?
Wait, why would they bring someone in? They had you to sing.
Because they would. Wah! Well, I wasn't getting the leads because it was in Texas and I was of color.
Oh, right.
Where
Wait,
in Texas?
Where did you go to college, Tim?
I went to the University of Miami in Florida,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
which was fun for like a year, and then was like, get me out of Florida. Shout out to all the Florida listeners, we love you. But Miami is such a party town and was so fun for literally only 1 year, and then it was like, okay, I think that's enough. But The World Goes Round was happening. I was running Spotlight, and this hot senior was underneath me, about to like enter the stage as I was like above him holding the spotlight, ready to shine the light on him. And I shouted down from the rafters. I had not come out to anyone, and I shouted down from the rafters, Jose, I think you're cute. You want to go on a date? And he shouted up to me from downstage, I think we should just be friends. And then I had to spotlight him the rest of the number. And
I
he's
would
like,
have just always made it like a
cellophane.
little bit off. I would have been like,
Yeah.
find your light.
Find your
Just
light
up to the
chasing
left.
it
Figure
around.
it out. Figure it out,
Oh,
bitch.
my God. So,
that
are you
was my
friends?
first-
Are you and Jose still friends?
We are friends, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
Jose Luasis. He's a little sweetie. And yeah, we're friendly now. He put up that boundary nice and strong, and I said, okay, it's okay because the world still goes round.
All right. So,
Okay.
so you picked up a Wicked CD to listen. It was the cover art and the music that drew you in. When did you first see it?
I believe I was the show. When did I see the show?
See
Mhm.
the show.
Well, real quick to finish Meatball's question, because I'm now realizing I never answered that question. I just
That's
told a
how
story
this
about the world.
podcast works. It's fine.
About the
Yeah.
world goes round. After hitting on Jose at the show, they had their cast party. And when they had their cast party for The World Goes Round, I came out to a different senior asking him to hook up with me at the party. And he said, I'm not interested in you like that. And then after that, I came out in a Facebook note. And then from there, you remember Facebook notes?
Yes.
Like before statuses.
Yes.
before statuses, you could write like a full blog entry on Facebook. And so that's how I came out on Facebook.
Oh, because
Okay.
Facebook used to be
Like
Tim
my-
Murray is, and you only had a certain number of characters.
Yeah.
Yes. It was early Twitter vibes. Yeah. But
Just-
it
was
is.
pre-Twitter.
Yeah. What
Just-
is your mood?
Just a quick side note, a friend of mine sent me a screenshot of a Facebook memory from college, like from over a decade ago, that said Carly is wiping the cum off her chin, and I had hacked in and written that, which is like sexual harassment and bullying. We were close friends. She thought it was funny, but when I looked back at it, I was like, I wrote on a woman's page that she was wiping cum off her chin, and then it came up as a memory over a decade later. She has a newborn child. She's like building her family. She texts this to me. She's like, "This is what you did to me in college." So just a side note.
Everybody did shit like that, though.
Yeah.
Sorry, Carly. Sorry to all the Carlys of the world.
I just love that you were like, I'm gonna hook up with somebody in this play.
Yeah, did you get your nut off that night? What's going on?
No, I cried alone in the girl who played Columbia's arms and was like, I'm gay. And she was like, write it on Facebook. And that's how that went down.
Write it
But
on
then
Facebook.
You asked me when I first saw Wicked,
Right.
which was, I was 18. I was looking at schools and I was visiting NYU. I'm only telling depressing stories today. I did not get into NYU. And when I was at school, or when I was visiting for that school, we got tickets to see Wicked. And I remember waking up that day and getting in the shower and thinking, this is the best day of my life. And
Today, my life is about
And then
to
you
change.
came out how many years later?
so I was 18, about a year and 3 months after that
okay.
situation.
Wait, okay, so
Wait,
when
who? What alphabet
Yeah, who
did you
was it?
see? What Glinda?
Okay, so the Glinda is super important because we all, there's been a little too much erasure in my mind of Miss Jennifer Laura Thompson, who is, have you seen her, Meatball?
No.
Okay,
Hold on.
she was-
We're
we're
doing
prime
some research.
examples of the erasure right here. We're like, we don't. Here's a side note. We talk about
No,
Wicked
I
all the
did
time.
not see this brunette lady.
Okay,
I don't
she's
really
a
know
redhead,
anything
first
about
of all. Yeah, okay, Dipper, that's okay. And
Wait, when was she? What number?
she was the first standby for Kristen Chenoweth, and then she replaced Kristen Chenoweth. She's the second ever Glinda. And she also has been in like Dear Evan Hansen, and she was the original Hope in Urinetown. She was so ungodly funny and so real. It's to this day one of the best performances I've ever seen. But my Elphabas were Idina Menzel,
Yes.
Shoshana Bean,
Oh.
Anna Gasteyer in Chicago, and then years later, Julia Murney in Cleveland on tour.
Okay.
So
Those are
you've
my
How
seen
was
it.
on a gas tire?
Honestly, everything.
Oh.
Really?
Whatever you heard, whatever the word is on the street, if you've heard anything negative, I'm telling you it's wrong. She was lit. She held the note at the end for an extra, I want to say 8 measures. This woman said, ah. I was like, what? She went down to the conductor and she said, we're going to hold this longer than everybody else.
Well, because she knew she couldn't go down there and say, I'm going to hit more notes than anybody else.
Wow.
She
Not
said-
dragging
Okay, that's
American
tea.
Hero
I'll
on
have
the
the.
fire.
She was great in, what was that one that she done? Reefer Madness.
Excellent.
She's good in that.
Excellent.
I saw her in something else.
I like how
Anyway.
kooky Anna Gasteyer is in Lady Dynamite in the Maria Branson show.
Yes.
It's like fun to see someone who can just go off the rails, like get the opportunity to go off the rails. I love that.
Wait, and so you've seen it. So have you only seen it 4 times, or are those the only 4 Glindas that you've seen?
Only seen it 4 times. I stopped in my early 20s because I said, I think I need to make this special for me forever in my mind.
How many Halloweens did you dress up as one of the characters from Wicked?
Only the one time I went as a bootleg of Stephanie J. Block's cover of The Wizard and I. As like I was the YouTube video of Stephanie J. Block doing The Wizard and I. And then I was wearing a boot and then showing a lot of leg. So it was
Okay,
a boot
I love it.
leg. Yeah. That's the only time.
So what the reason? Okay, so for anyone who's like living under a rock, obviously we talk
We're
about
20
Wicked.
minutes in, and we're gonna tell you why.
We talk about Wicked all the time. We mentioned the other day, we fumbly mentioned Tim, like your like YouTube videos. I've seen them on Twitter, whatever. But where you're blindfolded, and who is it? Is that your boyfriend who's playing you the videos?
That's my gay boyfriend. Yeah.
Okay, so that is your, in fact, gay faggot boyfriend who is playing you clips of singers singing the Elphaba riff.
And you can name every
So many
single
of them.
one of them, including clips of people that are like in their senior choir recitals. Like some of the things I'm just like, how do you, so do you just watch that song, everybody's version, take it in? Watch it a couple times?
I know you vibe with me on this. I literally just can't stop listening to that song. It is I just always, so I'm always listening to it. Like even, when I'm like pre-COVID times when I'm drunk hanging out with friends, I'm like, let's put on a couple of different versions of Defying Gravity and let's all decide who we like the best. Like stuff like that has been going on for over a decade. But then during these COVID times, my podcast partner, Peter Kim, who's on the podcast Slumber Party with Dipper and I, he has started like blowing up selling TV shows. So I decided to do the podcast alone. And I was like, well, since I don't have to like consult with anyone else, who do I want to interview? So I started interviewing Elphabas. So I started interviewing.
How many have you had?
I think I've had 12 at this point. I've had Eden Espinosa, Nicole Parker, Lindsay Pierce, a ton. Their names are all escaping me now, but I've had a bunch of them on, and as I had them on, I would listen to their versions of Defying Gravity, and then of course several of their other songs. And as I started listening, I just couldn't stop listening to more versions, and it is truly so thrilling and brings me so much joy listening to different versions of Defying Gravity.
I do it with Defying Gravity, but they now have the compilation videos of like what they call the battle cry, which is the riff at the end. But also I do it with Somewhere That's Green and Suddenly Seymour, because the MJ Rodriguez Suddenly Seymour is like the next level version of that song, like how it should only be sung from now on.
Did you see that in Pasadena Playhouse?
No, I really wanted to, but it was sold out, honey.
It was really...
It sold out so fast.
I know.
It was a really... that was the first time I'd ever seen the show. And I've never seen the movie all the way through. So it was really, and then later I, of course, like went and like learned a lot more. I'd always sort of understood what Little Shop was in theory, but seeing that version as the first version makes me think of the show as like a great thing that you can do anything with, which was really fun. Because watching it in this like totally new imagining was like really, really cool.
It's like how colleges will do Shakespeare set in all these different time periods. It's like, let's just start doing it with Wicked. Wicked 2020, baby.
The Pasadena Playhouse is... there's a lot of people that can fit in there, but the room is pretty intimate, so it's like there was so much talent just like right up there on the stage, like super close. It was great.
So when did you discover that you could just recognize, and like how does your brain work to make the connection?
So my gay boyfriend was hearing me listen to all these different women throughout the house the last several months as I'm preparing to interview them, and as we're listening, I was ready to go to sleep one night, and I was literally closing my eyes, falling asleep, and he was not tired. So he was like, I want to play a game with you to try to keep me awake. And as I had my eyes closed, he started playing videos of them and asking if I knew who they were. And he realized I knew who everyone was within like 13 seconds for the most part.
I have one for you right now that Dipper will play.
Well,
and
before we do this, I'm curious. Do you have like a criteria of what you think about as far as like what makes it good, or in your mind is it, each individual beautiful snowflake, it has their own redeeming qualities?
What a good question. I think I've been drinking enough to just be fully honest.
Yes, that's what we look for.
To me, because on the podcast, obviously I interview a lot of them, so I try to be very diplomatic and be like, all Elphabas are good, which they are. I love every single one of these women. I think anyone who's gonna fucking step on that stage and do that singing for 6 months is truly a hero. It's like, what RuPaul says, like, if you put on heels and a wig, you're a hero. Like, anyone who's played Elphaba is a hero, but I do think there is a certain element of, are you witchy enough? Like, what is going on with this vocal quality? It should be pretty specific, and people love to shade Ms. Idina Menzel, but I'm telling you, I saw this hoe do this show, and it will never, in my mind, be like that again. It was like Margaret Hamilton drag. It was Elphaba to me. So that's what I look for. I look for like some element.
I look for the emotion through it, and I like when they go a little sharp, you know? Because
I feel like it needs to be...
It needs that like cutting tinny like upper nasal sound at some points for me to be like, oh yes, get it, girl.
All right.
Now, what's your favorite?
Can I just play the clip?
No. Well, yes, but then I'm gonna forget my question. But okay.
Okay, ask your
my
question.
My favorite version, is that what you're asking?
Well, that and what's your favorite version of flying when there is no flying set? Do you prefer them stand on a chair? Do you like them just to hold their arm in the air with a broom? Do you prefer everyone around them to drop down low and pretend
I like
as
that
if they're
when
rising?
everyone else drops just squats and they're like, whoa.
I had Jenna Lee Green on the podcast, who was Libby in Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and I
saw her.
You saw her?
Yes,
in
I
Wicked?
saw the touring company when it came through Houston, and she came out, and I was like, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, what are you doing here? But it's the brunette girl.
You saw her as Nessa Rose.
Yes. Yeah.
So she's one of the few people who played Nessa Rose with an understudied Elphaba. And on the podcast, she said her first night going on for Elphaba was the first ever no-fly show. Some people think it's Shoshana Bean on Broadway, but it actually was Jenna on tour. And she said that everyone falling down to the ground now, that was actually an accident that all the actors did in the moment because they didn't know what the fuck to do because she wasn't flying. So they all just were like,
and when you say no-fly
down.
show, you mean like the mechanism broke?
I mean, like, she didn't fly into the air with the magic that...
Well, I understand, but
actually, we did get a phone
broke.
call from somebody who was associated with the production, and they told that similar story.
Wait, is that what you just sent me?
Yes, but let's play the Wicked riff so that we can see if they know who it is.
We're going to go to a break right after this, but let us hear if you know who this is. Oh, wait, I have to start it over.
You want me to say if I know who it is?
Who do you think? What do you think we're doing here? I'm just kidding. Was it really loud?
I will tell you. Oh wait, no.
Go ahead.
No. I was gonna give you a hint, but I'll give you a hint after you guess once.
I was gonna guess that it's either Adam, what's his face from American Idol?
Adam Lambert.
Yes,
he can hit the real notes.
He can hit the real notes. He also famously was in Wicked. He was in the ensemble of Wicked when he went to do American Idol, and he was like, Broadway's boring."
Ugh. Now he dresses up in makeup and dances around like he's on a Broadway stage all the time.
Truly. Is it Frankie Grande?
No.
Wow, that is a very good guess.
That's too good of a guess. I'll give you a hint. They have won a season of RuPaul's Drag Race, but not the American one.
It's the Vivian?
Yeah, that's her. That's the infamous hater of they thems. Now let's head to a break. Don't forget to buy a bed or whatever we're selling.
Be right back. Okay, we are back. I actually have a question that is not Wicked related. I saw you, the first time I saw you was at the comedy place where people do stand up in North Hollywood. What is that called?
Acme NoHo.
Acme NoHo. Which is actually just, it's just like 8 letters put together. ACMENO. Can you imagine if someone was like, catch me at the ACMENOHO? And you're like, wait, what? Okay, so, but the first time I saw you there, I think my friend Tien, who's been on the show, was doing stand-up, and it was at your show, and you like just did a Britney Spears, like a full Britney dance number.
Mm-hmm.
Like you were like, hi, welcome to the show, hit it, and then you just did that, and then you were like, our first comedian. It was
Thank
no
you.
stand up, and I was like,
I need more of that in a comedy
I was like,
show.
I'm very here for this moment.
That's how I opened my hour of stand-up. I just do, it's the Britney Spears 1999 VMAs performance with NSYNC.
Okay, which
Where
I
she-
talk about all the time when she goes, I'd
It's-
like to introduce you. Not, are you ready? It's, I would like, can you give the line, please, Tim?
I would like to introduce to you some friends of mine. Bum, 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 bum.
And they go, like as if they're like, they're like fixing a car, and they do all these like pop and lock dance moves.
But the real drag gag reveal of it is that she does, it's like all these dancers sitting in desks, like we're all like very late 90s, we're all sitting in class, and she does her whole number, and then she goes, I would like to introduce to you some friends of mine. Then they do some pop and locking, and then after that, NSYNC has been sitting there the whole time.
It's a
in the desks.
reveal. You
And
didn't know they were
reveal.
cool kids. They were like heads were down because they were like napping in
Cool
class.
kids.
That's when I would fall asleep on stage, when they were like, your extra work in the back is to do this. And I'd be like, all right.
Imagine Lance Bass is passed out as the rest of the 4 of them are dancing.
Lance.
Lance,
Okay,
get up.
so my question is, you are gay, you have a gay boyfriend, you do comedy things that, you know, skew gay, you hang out with a lot of gay comedians. I would say Peter is like your comedy partner in a lot of things, you know, et cetera, et cetera. We've also had Michael Henry on the show, who I know you've like made videos with and, you know, you're friends with. I see this thing, especially in LA, where there's like different categories of gay. There's like the social media gays, then there's like the drag, you know, there's like the TV
Ugh,
drag queens, and
gross.
then the drag queens,
Ugh.
and like the adjacent to that, and then there's also this like comedy, and a lot of those comedy people end up being writers on shows or booking shows as like actors and bit part. But it's so funny because like I feel like a lot of those like Hollywood comedy gays look at the drag scene and they like celebrate the queens, especially the RuPaul Drag Race girls,
The white ones, yeah.
and correct. And they go like, wow, like you're a celebrity. But then like the Drag Race girls like look at the comedy gays who do like, you know, a three episode arc, you know, like whatever, or they get cast on Superstore, like whatever it is, and they're like, you're a legitimate. Do you understand what I'm saying? I haven't made the point yet. But I feel like there are Meatball's face. I feel like there are all of these like, you know what I mean?
There's
Like I
different
see your world
circles
as
floating
very
around.
yes, and I see your world as like very inaccessible. But I feel like we all do the same thing.
Yeah. We all float around each other. And also on top of that, the whole gay comedy scene like outlies just regular comedy scene, like the regular
Right.
comedy scene. I was just talking to like straight comedians and they're like, yeah, there's just not a lot of gay comedians. And I was like, no, there's a ton of them. They just
have
are
you
not
been on
welcome in
Twitter?
your spaces. Like it's such a weird thing. So how has fielding all of that been for you?
That's such an interesting point, and I think you're both exactly right. It's like, it's weird coming from, I lived in New York for 7 years, and then I just moved here about 2 years ago. So in New York, you really got to pick a lane. Like you got to figure out what you want to be really fucking good at and then go for that. And so I started doing musical theater for like the first 6 years. You know, I went to college for that and then started doing that for about 6 years, and then realized that wasn't, you know, when it was over, it was over. Like when a contract was over, it was done.
Right.
And I would like be doing a show in fucking South Carolina or something and just be like, wow, I have to make new friends every single time I like get a job. I have to like be in this new pod of people. And at the same time that was happening toward like the end of my 20s, Matt Rogers and Bowen Yang and Dave Mazzoni and all this like crew, Henry Kopersky, this amazing musician who's like
Yeah, I met him.
writes, he like was at the time like writing the comedy music for all of us, for Catherine Cohen and Pat Regan and like all these people who are like now blowing up. But when we were all in New York, that was kind of like a weird little safe space for us to kind of put all of this shit together that you're talking about. Like like steal a little bit from the drag world, a little bit from the musical theater world, a little bit from the comedy world, a little bit from the serious actor world, and a little bit from the writer world. And we would just put on, you know, shows with like shitty wigs and broomsticks. And we actually did broomsticks, Bowen Yang, Mateo Lane, Lisa Traeger, Matt Rogers, Pat Regan, and I all did years ago Wicked, the music of Wicked, improvising around the movie Devil Wears Prada.
No.
So
the gayest show you could possibly imagine.
You could possibly imagine. It was Henry Kopersky's conception. He came up with this idea. This was before like Bowen was on SNL and like before Matt was on all these TV shows. And Henry just had this idea. We did it in a basement in Brooklyn for like 40 people or something, but it was like one of the funniest things that I've ever been a part of. Matt and Bowen were they were the girls who didn't get picked to go to Paris with Meryl Streep, and they sang "I'm Not That Girl."
And I'm not that girl. That's incredible.
I was the douchey blonde guy that like tries to date Anne Hathaway, like the antagonist, and I sang Dancing Through Life as like a total dingbat, and like Mateo Lane was Elphaba, and that was the moment where I was like, oh, we can do whatever the fuck we want.
Right.
Like, you just have to be like, not to sound like, I don't know, pretentious or something, or like foolish, but like you just be brave enough to like do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm so inspired by what you guys both do, because like Dipper, your videos are
brave.
so brave. Brave.
I'm so brave. I'm so brave.
But like,
you know, the last time someone told me that, I was wearing a pair of booty shorts out at night, and someone was like, that is the bravest thing you've ever done.
Brave.
But you know what I mean? Like, I'm not on Superstore. I don't get those. Nobody's picking me, and nobody really ever
And
has.
what?
Right, I feel that. I mean, I feel that about myself as well.
I feel that the same way.
I heard you, Dipper, on a recent episode of this podcast saying like you've never had an agent, but like so many people in the gay community know who you are, and I did before I met you, and was a fan of you before I met you, because you're doing it. You're out here doing it for yourself, and like that's how I feel. That's what I think is like fun about LA, is that it's just a lot more common for everyone to be like, yeah, I'm a slash like I direct and I produce and I make and I create.
How does like all that, because that's like what you were saying was a very New York vibe, and I feel like it's easier for comedy in New York than it is in LA. How is it being like a gay stand-up here in LA?
I'm not trying to be like a rude bitch, but
please do.
Yeah, we love rude bitches.
Everyone in New York is so talented and works so hard. And in LA, I mean, the gay comedy scene is equally as like competitive, and the gay comedians out here are amazing. But like in general, the population of LA is like, you know, mostly a lot of people who come out here to like be CW stars and models. And...
I love the CW. Wait, no, here's my question. Do you not love the CW, Meatball?
I think I loved it better when it was the WB.
Go off, Buffy and Dawson's Creek.
No, what was his song?
Yeah, it was like something the WB.
Yeah.
The Little Frog?
Mm-hmm.
Jack and Jill, starring Amanda Peet.
Yes!
Oh
absolutely.
No, so is this an accurate, talk about being a rude bitch. Here I go. Is this an accurate assessment of New York stand-up versus LA stand-up? I feel like New York stand-up people are doing it because it is that stereotype of I have to do it, this is my art, I have to get up, I'm gonna do 4 shows in a night, etc., etc. And then in LA, I feel like people do stand-up as a means to get a writing job or get on a TV show.
Boom. I think that's exactly right. And I think
Not
that's like
boom. Come on, boom.
Boom. I think that's the general vibe of LA, which is okay, because New York needs to learn some of that too, right? It's like you find that balance of New Yorkers love to feel like starving artists. They love to like be really, really good at what they do. It doesn't matter if anyone sees it because I work so hard and I am good at what I do. And in LA, it's like you're a marketer first. Like you're like, I gotta get people seeing this first. and then I will figure it out as I go. And I think there's benefits to both, but certainly there's just more opportunity here and you don't see that at all really in the New York scene. I wouldn't say, like, no one is like trudging through the snow, going to the duplex to do stand up. But like in LA, you'll go to an open mic and there'll be a ton of people there that like have never done it before and are really truly don't care if they're bad. They're just trying to like say they've done stand up so that they can get a TV writing job or whatever.
I even said that on this podcast maybe 6 months ago. I was like, I'm going to start or I want to try stand up maybe longer ago, because sometimes I get booked at a comedy show to like do a song or two, and then and I have a great time doing it, and then I go like, I'm going to tell some jokes in between, and then I go like, I'm a stand-up comedian, and it's like, it's actually it's very hard. It is such a skill, like, and it takes time and hours, and I definitely fell into that moment of being like, I can do that, and then like tried to do it, and it's like so nerve-wracking.
Do you remember when I was on tour, like doing drag, but I was on tour with Bobcat Goldthwait and Kayla Gill, and the first 2 times I did it, I thought I was just doing a number, and then it ended and they handed me the mic and I was like, okay, do you guys ever put a wig on? Like, it was just not good. I didn't know that they were like, you don't have to do the number. But yeah, I don't know. Just remembering being like a mess.
Just remembering being a mess. Oh, you mean when you looked in the mirror this morning? Hey! All right, so now it's time for our final segment, which is time for us to get freaky deaky.
And it's called
Fuck Talk!
How much water are you drinking?
Yeah, do you drink a lot of water?
Do you drink a lot of water?
Does it look like I drink a lot of water?
I guess.
You're drinking
what
champagne
have you been
and water.
You've been drinking mimosas?
I've been drinking mimosas, water, and coffee.
Yes! It is still only noon.
Yeah, I have water and coffee over here.
It's like straight up 2:00, and I'm like, it's noon, baby.
Clocks are what you make of them. You know what I mean? It's however you do it.
All right, yeah.
Let's talk about sex.
Fuck talk. Do you have any notes for my riff? Ooh, ah. Ooh, wait, don't give me notes on that one. Ooh, ah. Okay, you know what? Today's maybe not my day.
What is the actual, what are the notes of the riff?
Give me
whatever's
Eden
in your heart.
Espinosa.
Not whatever's in your heart.
Eden Espinosa. I think you nailed it exactly. I think it's isn't it weird though when you listen to it? It's like a woman can sound fucking amazing the whole way through, and then that, I would say 80% of the time they're flat on that very last note.
Mm-hmm.
They're like almost always, because it's like a half step from the second to last note to the last note, so it's like weirdly tricky.
Is it true that was not written in and that Idina did it against their will?
I've never heard that rumor before.
The story I heard was that they had been practicing it and she had been doing it in rehearsals, and they were like, it's a little shaky, don't do it, like, it's opening night, just do it just straight, like, ooh, ah! And then she went out there and did it and slayed it, and then every girl after that, well, actually, wait, the first 2 girls after that tried to, like, do what she was doing.
As if those were the notes that were written.
Yeah, because even Shoshana Bean, like, kind of did, it started with Idina's and then, like, do Shoshana's. Someone pull up Shoshana.
Shoshana's. Famously, Shoshana and Eden both got in trouble for taking liberties, because Eden was the first standby for, so Stephanie J. Block did the workshops and was then the first standby in, I think, San Francisco when it was out of town. And then Eden was the first standby on Broadway, and she went on a couple of times, but not often. And then Shoshana was the first standby and then replaced. And they both got in trouble by the music director for riffing too much.
You can't riff too much when you're a witch, bitch. Wait, play that call before we do Fuck Talk. This is a wild episode.
What'd you say? Sorry, I was
said
pulling
play
the thing up.
Play that call before we go to Fuck Talk, because this is.
Wait, that's not it, right? It's further?
Wait, that was amazing.
It's coming, right?
That's the Shoshana Bean riff.
Yes, correct.
That's Shoshana Bean. Was that her last performance on Broadway?
Girl, I don't know. I just pulled up some.
I love that on their last night they used to pull pranks on each other. They would pull panties out of the beds. They would do anything. You guys got to watch Kristen Chenoweth and Idina Menzel's final night together because that one was cute. Even though I heard they hated each other.
Is that tea?
That's the tea that I heard.
We've gone off the rails. Every time we record a show, we always go, we've gone off the rails.
I think people expect it at this point, especially after the episode where I was on shrooms and Molly.
So before we get into our fuck talk, which we do want to get into our fuck talk, I am playing a voicemail sent.
We normally only play voicemails on Tuesdays, but this one was so good that I felt like I wanted to share it with you, Tim.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Hey, Big Dipper and Meatball. All right, so my college roommate
Once
left
removed.
with my theater director at an undisclosed college, and that person was in the original cast of Wicked. So through the grapevine, I've heard many a story for Meatball, one including the first time Elphaba's machine stopped working, it was Shoshana Bean. So the whole ensemble kind of just started going down to the ground, and Shoshana got so pissed that she ran down front and center and just started ripping her life apart. And now to this day, that's the backup. The ensemble just lays to the ground and Elphaba runs down and sings her life away. Also, Shoshana fell into the pit once, and so now there's a net over the orchestra pit. Let me know if you want me to call and tell you more, because I have so many funny stories. Bye, Meatball and Dipper. Love you guys.
Oh, that was sweet.
Isn't that great?
But we're
And
fact
it's
checking.
exactly what you were saying earlier.
Well,
So I guess no one really knows for sure. Jenna Lee Green claims that it was when she was on tour, that was the first time. But Shoshana also claims that hers on Broadway was the first time. We got to get those dates
You know,
lined
it's up to you to get to the bottom of
yeah,
it.
Tim, I think
Oh,
we're
We'll
all
let you
considering
do that
you
over at the Slumber Party.
the Elphaba historian.
Kind of historian. I'm going to get my Mary-Kate and Ashley detective suit out. I'm going to give you Who Stole the Great Hope Diamond, What Killed the Dinosaurs,
Oh my god! All right,
Who Makes the
so
Finest Pizza, What's in Your Brother's Dresser Drawers.
what is their pizza song called?
I don't remember the
Let's
pizza
do
song.
fuck talk.
No,
'Cause
but
I'm
you
kind
know
of
what I'm
a
talking
to
about.
Mary-Kate.
You know what I'm talking
No.
about. Wait,
I do.
Dipper, you're going off the rails.
no, I don't care. I don't care. The pizza
Ooh.
song.
Have you heard of Eden Espinosa in that musical called Brooklyn?
Have I heard of it?
It's so
I
good.
saw it on Broadway, and she melted my skull off of my head.
She's so good. This is 2 minutes and 30. What else you got open? I can't hear it. That pizza looks
You
gross.
can't hear it.
It's old pizza.
That pizza
They made
was
those children eat
brown.
old pizza. I remember that video though. I love Miss Mary-Kate and Ashley.
Okay, you're gonna be able to hear it now. It's insane.
Give me pizza. P-I-Z-Z-A. Give me pizza. P-I-Z-Z-A. Now we're feeling kind of hungry. We got the mega munchies. Time to make our pizza as big as some countries. How much pizza do you think we can chow? More than our parents would ever allow. We're gonna make a masterpiece of pizza. A work of art like the Mona Lisa.
A work of art like the
A work
Mona
of art
Lisa.
like the Mona Lisa.
That
Girl.
is just a bunch of like stone drag queens hanging out. Like pizza, pizza, pizza.
Truly, I love that song.
All right, now let's get on to our fuck talk.
What kind of people do you fuck? Do you like what's your gay boyfriend like?
My gay boyfriend is like a shorter version of Michael Urie. You know who Michael Urie is?
Yeah, I know Michael Urie.
And you're like a taller
That's my
version
type.
of Michael Urie.
Oh, thank you so much. I have a huge crush on Michael Urie. I love like a curly haired brunette nerd. But I also just kind of am into like a lot of different stuff. That's who the man I've been with for like the last 4 years. That's always been like my typical crush, like looking at Michael Urie being like, that's a cute ass man. But
So it skews more like twink. Like hairy
No.
twink, like otter?
Otter, yeah.
Got it.
I'm not, twink is maybe, no offense to the twinks, but it's kind of like the only thing I'm not super into.
See, that's me.
I don't like
You're into
touching them
twinks?
bones.
No, I'm. You say, Meatball, what did you just say?
I don't want to touch them bones.
I don't like touching them bones.
Bony bodies.
I like a little meat. I
Yeah.
like a little meat. I like a little jiggle, a little something to hold on to.
Yeah, a little bit of thickness somewhere.
Yeah, my boyfriend's got a fat ass. Yeah.
We love a fat ass in this house. Do you
No.
have any sort of like embarrassing or wild sex story that you tell or will share?
Absolutely. I have so many. Okay, here's a good one.
Didn't take long.
I was like, where do I begin? I have many. All throughout my 20s was like very much seeking validation through sex. So I have several. This one was I was probably around 27, 28, and I got on Grindr. This is a few months before I met my now current boyfriend.
Okay.
And I got on Grindr, and there was a man in my neighborhood in New York City who said, "Come over, we're doing some group sex." And I said, "I absolutely love this stuff. Can't get enough. Let me get in on this 100%. So I walk over to his place. They are very much doing meth, which power to you. Do whatever you need to do.
Wow.
Not my thing, but I'm seeing it happen. I'm like, okay, interesting. And everyone's naked and like kind of laying around, and like they've already been kind of fucking just maybe like 6 or 7 guys. And the guy who let me into the building, into the room, was a very nice gentleman. And then after a few minutes, I walked in and I was like, "Hey everybody," I'm like, "What's up?" And this nice gentleman, after a few minutes, I'm getting some weird looks from a lot of the guys. And the nice gentleman he goes, "Can I talk to you for a second?" He pulls me out of the hallway and he goes, "Yeah, the host wants you to leave. This is not going to work out." And I was like, "Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for seeing me on such short notice."
So your college storyline is carrying through.
Carries through. I apparently they were saying appointment equity only, and they sent me right packing, and I was rejected from a gangbang by a bunch of men who were barely lucid, but lucid enough to say, you know what, he's not for me.
Did
Here's
you
the
see
thing,
the communicate? Yeah.
I'm sure it
Go
was
ahead.
more that you were like talking and they were like, you know what I mean? They don't talk when they're on them.
I want to know, did you see the communication happen? Like, did someone
Mhm.
whisper to someone and then it was like a game of telephone, or they were all just like cutting eyes at one another and then the guy was like, "Let's chat outside"?
It was the cutting eyes, like that horrible like junior high nightmare that you have where you're like, everyone's kind of looking at each other, communicating with their eyeballs that they don't want me here. And it wasn't everybody, but it was certainly like the guy whose place it was, who was on his phone, had texted the guy who brought me in being like, "Get this guy out of here." Like, it's
So
yeah.
then did you go
But
have
you
sex
came out a
somewhere
winner.
else?
You came out a winner.
I came out a winner. I did not have sex somewhere else. I went home and cried. And
But
then,
they were doing
but
meth, Tim. Like, you
I
don't need
know.
them.
ultimately it was for the best. I didn't need that situation happening. And it was one of those things where it was like, you could really take that to heart and be like, wow, a room full of men just rejected me. But that's not true. It was really just the host. You know, he might have been like,
You better.
He might have been
always
this
see the sunny
Simon-
side.
the sunny side. He was probably the Simon Cowell of the group. You know, there was probably a Paula in there who was like, I want to fuck this guy. And then a Randy who was like, you know, it's a no for me, dog, but you are, you know,
But
you're
you do
clearly
you.
talented. You do you. You're going to have a bright future elsewhere. So, yeah, that's my story.
I love that.
That's so good.
Yeah, group center. Did I ever say this?
You told
story?
me about the time that you saw at one,
Okay.
but you never told me what his dick looked like
Well, he left before.
because he saw you.
No, he didn't see me, but I think he left because I don't know, or maybe he got fucked in the corner. Whatever. No, what I was gonna say
So
is
she's a so now on record. You're saying that she's a bottom.
she could be verse. She could be verse.
Okay.
No, what I one time I heard through the grapevine about like a sex party happening, and you had to submit your pictures, and it was like deep in the valley, and I submitted my pictures, and then the guy was like he wasn't enthusiastic, but he was affirmative that I should come. And I should have taken the sort of like a little bit, it was like, awesome, yeah, you should definitely come. You'll be popular here. I should have taken that as like a no, like you kind of want to be, I feel like you kind of want to be the underdog a little bit, not to the point that you experienced, but you don't want to be like the hot shit in the room, because then you're like, what is everybody else like? If you're the hot shit in the room, you know, especially for those of us who struggle with a little self-esteem, it's like you don't want to be the hot shit, because then you're like, God, what are these people like? But anyhow, I drove out. The parking was hard. I parked. I like texted the guy, okay, I parked, I'm walking up. It was like a gated like condominium, so he was like waiting at the gate, and I walk up and I see some like other dude sort of shady like waiting on the corner on his phone, and I'm like, okay, cool, like this is another like dude coming to this sex party. And we walk up to the gate, and the guy at the gate is like, hey guy, like really sort of like, you sort of want it to be
secretive and quiet
discreet,
and hush,
like that makes it hotter. But he was like, hi, I'm over here, come on. And we like
come on in for the orgy.
Right, exactly. And then we like walk
the
through
gay
the like
fat bear sex orgy that we're having in my condo.
We like walk through these pools of light, you know, in the like dark suburban condo, like, and then we get up there, and he like looks at me and he goes, oh my God, it's you. Or no, he said, oh my God, do you know who you are? That's what he said to me. Do you know who you are?
Do you know who you are?
That's weird, because normally you're going around saying, do you know who I am?
Yeah, exactly. And so it
must have been a role reversal.
It was very clear that he had recognized me from like a music video, and that is the last thing I want, even before walking in. You know what I mean? Like, we were out on the street, and I just don't want someone... Do you know what I mean? It got weird.
No,
I know exactly
it's like
what
that
you
time
mean.
that I was at that nudist thing, and someone called me out. They were like, aren't you Meatball? And I was like, swimsuits going back on, trip ruined.
Right.
Like, it just kind
I'm
of...
the opposite of you guys. As I come inside them, I whisper, but have you subscribed?
Well, on that note, where can people subscribe to your channel too?
You can find me at Team Murray06 on all platforms, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and subscribe to Slumber Party podcast.
Yes. Oh, because you're only 14 years old. 06. That's when you were born?
That's when I was born. That's correct.
Yeah, if you love this podcast and you're looking to get like a little intro into Slumber Party, you should listen to the episode that I was on, because that'll sort of get you used to the whole scenario. But yeah, check out Tim's podcast, Slumber Party. Meatball, you want to give us the outro?
Thanks so much for listening to Sloppy Seconds. You can follow us on Instagram at ShitHappyPod. Send us an email at sloppysecondspod@gmail.com, or call in with a fuck talk story or a wicked story to 213-936-9180.
You know, my favorite thing about is when you sing the song with the wrong notes, Will plays the wrong notes underneath it, so it sounds bad. Still.
Also, he made a Candy Muse news song, which I loved, and we didn't do this week on Candy Muse news. She dressed up like a cheerleader for her birthday and took an airplane to LA and then back to New York. That's it. You can follow us on Instagram at Big Dipper Jelly and Spiciest Meatball, and I'm on Twitter at Fat Drag Meatball. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode, which now come out on Tuesdays and Fridays.
And listen, if you're listening to this, guess what we did last night? Fist giving.
Doodle-doo-doo, forever dog. To listen to Sloppy Seconds ad-free, sign up for Forever Dog Plus at foreverdogpodcast.com/plus.
Sloppy Seconds is produced by Forever Dog and Moguls of Media.
M.O.M. Hosted by Big Dipper and Meatball. Mixed and mastered by William Pitts.
Executive produced by Will and Belli, Alaska Thunderfuck, Brett Boehm, Joe Cilio, and Alex Ramsey.
Our artwork is drawn by Christian Cimarroni.
And our theme song was written by Mike Malarkey.